Hi guys, this is my research series to which I research people in the animation industry that I can relate to. So far, this series has made me realize how much I enjoy researching specifically women of color in the animation industry. It's just very interesting to learn about a community you didn't even know exists since there's very little of them. According to a study by USC Inclusion Initiative and WIA, as of 2018, women of color only take up 5% producers, 1% film directors, and 2% TV directors. I have a handful more statistics I would like to share, but to save me some time, I'm just going to read off of my laptop. For animated TV series, the statistics for women of color involved are 1% story editors, 4% head of editing, 8% animation directors, 13% lead animators, 7% lead character designers, and 3% lead storyboard artists. During the research series, I had watched the Kingston panel discussion with Taylor Kishaw, Pilar Newton, Melanie Goldsby, Kimberly Wright, and Sonya Carey several times, and I'll continue watching it as it is a very empowering video of women who work hard for representation in the animation industry. Speaking of Sonya Carey, I'll be focusing on her journey and accomplishments this week, and I hope that sharing my research will allow other Black female animators to look up to her as an inspiration and appreciate her hard work of being one of those females with those very low percentages. That's all I have to say, so let's begin. Sonya Carey was born in London, raised in Jamaica, and moved to Canada. As she developed a love for theater throughout high school, she studied technical theater and psychology at the University of Guelph. After graduating, she moved to LA to get married and couldn't work for a year, which is when she developed an interest in animation. She then decided to teach herself on her computer, as well as attend a class at UCLA to learn more about her soon-to-be career. In her early career, she started off as a compositor for Metrolight Studios. She then moved on to be a compositor for Nelvana. She became a production manager as the head of painting and compositing at Yowza Animation. She then was a production manager at Yowza Digital and assistant production manager at Toonbox Entertainment. She worked at Portfolio Entertainment as multiple roles such as the head of studio operations. She ran her own studio called Mega Scene and was a pipeline consultant and a production manager. She then was a producer for Alien TV Netflix at Snowball Studios. Throughout her career, she was involved in The Ren and Stimpy Show, Beavis and Butthead, Shelley Duvall's Bedtime Story, Rupert, Goldtooth, Rescue Heroes, Kronk's New Groove, Stickin' Around, The Proud Family, Curious George, Dino Sapien, Repo the Genetic Opera, Bravest Warriors, The Princess and Frogs, Saw the Final Chapter, The Ballad of Nessie, and Winnie the Pooh. Sonya Carey is currently a producer for the Industrial Brothers and is the CEO and founder of the company The Animation Lounge. The Animation Lounge consists of one-day workshops driven by the goal of completing a short film in one day. The workshop focuses on 2D animation software, filmmaking, compositing, and networking. There are no expectations for prior experience. It is meant to help refine students' skills, add to their portfolios, prepare them for professional studio settings, or even encourage them to start a career in becoming YouTube sensations. In an interview with Portfolio Entertainment, Sonya explains how challenging it is to be a Black woman in the industry. She says, "Among the technical people who run the systems and sit in meetings making decisions, I'm always alone. Sometimes they don't take you seriously." Answering the question of how often she sees Black women in positions of authority in the industry, Sonya then says, "Never. I honestly don't believe I run into another person like myself. I think it's to the point where people know me ahead of time and are like, oh yeah, we know Sonya." One last thing that grabbed my attention was when she answered the question of if the industry has a diversity problem. She said, "Though not as bad as it was a few years ago, it still could be more diverse. It shouldn't be this way, and I'm not sure why it is. When I go to visit schools, I see very diverse faces. Where they go after, I'm not sure." I completely understand what she was saying. Although the animation industry is slowly getting more diverse, from my personal experience, I was the only Black girl in my AP art classes in high school. Going into college, I had higher expectations, but so far I've only seen one other Black girl in my art classes. Finding out people like Sonya Carey exist in the industry gives me hope. I am grateful of her hard work of grabbing respect in the industry and uplifting young animators to be at their best. Thank you for your care and effort, Sonya Carey.